When you think of prehistoric animals, the first name that comes to your mind is probably dinosaurs. Long before the reign of the dinosaurs, Earth was home to creatures that would send shivers down the spines of even the bravest souls. But what makes something truly terrifying? Is it the sheer magnitude of its teeth, its hind strength, or perhaps its uncanny ability to instill fear? Imagine creatures with horrifying faces, spines that could pierce through steel, or jaws powerful enough to easily crush bone. These prehistoric monsters lived in the depths of ancient oceans and isolated spaces, waiting to ambush anyone and anything that crossed their path. Today we'll look at 10 of these scariest animals that were even deadlier than dinosaurs. Prepare yourselves, but still hold space for gratitude, as in today's world, these animals are long gone, and you will never get to experience what it is like to face one. Number 10. Gorgonopsid. The Gorgonopsid came with body parts that were specifically made for killing. Named after the mythical Gorgon beast, it was a fierce predator that roamed the earth around 265 to 252 million years ago, during the Middle to Upper Permian period. It had a skull shaped like a dagger. It elongated upper and sometimes lower teeth, resembling deadly weapons designed for slashing and stabbing. In their pursuit of large prey, these creatures used a strategy of attack and retreat, ambushing their victims and inflicting a deadly wound before following them from a safe distance. Eventually, weakened by their injuries, the prey would give up, and the Gorgonopsid would move in for the final, fatal strike. Their death came during the Permian-Triassic extinction event, a period marked by violent volcanic eruptions and a surge in greenhouse gases. This event triggered rapid climate change, leading to arid conditions, acid rain, rampant wildfires, and potential damage to the ozone layer. Even with their fearsome appearance and hunting skills, Gorgonopsids shared a surprising trait with modern crocodiles. They could move with an upright gait, unlike the laid-down posture of lizards. This adaptation likely contributed to their success as apex predators in their time. Number 9. Eucambersia Robert Broom discovered the Eucambersia mirabilis specimen on the South African estate of Van Wyk Fontaine, belonging to Mr. Greathead. In awe of its uniqueness, Broom named it after the Scottish scholar Robert Chambers, author of Vestiges of the Natural History of Creation. The Euchambersia was a small therocephalian with a short snout and oversized canines. Yet what truly set it apart were the ridges on its canines and a sizable indentation in its skull. Some theorize that these features allowed it to spit out venom, making it one of the earliest known venomous tetrapods. Though the skulls of this creature are incompletely preserved, scans reveal very striking details. Each part likely held 5 incisors, with sockets increasing in size from the first to the 5th incisor. Unlike their mate, Euchambersia's incisors lacked serrations, maintaining a smooth, conical shape. A displaced incisor found in a smaller specimen in its nasal cavity showed signs of wear, hinting at its function as a lower incisor. Also, a 4th incisor showed the fascinating process of tooth replacement, with a new tooth emerging behind it as the old one dissolved. Number 8. Dunkleosteus. The Dunkleosteus was first brought to light in 1867 by J. Terrell, an amateur paleontologist and innkeeper. This fish, located in the heart of the United States, had a jaw capable of swift movements, creating suction like that of modern-day suction feeders. Its bite force stood as one of the mightiest among all living and fossilized creatures. It was covered in a very strong shield of dermal bone and armor plates stretching from its skull to the front half of its trunk. Often described as thick, these plates measured up to 2-3 inches at the rear neutral plate. However, across the rest of its body, the armor was thinner, ranging from 0.33 to 1 inch in thickness. The Dunkleosteus was quite great at adapting, but even that was not enough, as it died at the hands of the Hungenberg event, a period marked by reduced marine oxygen levels. These conditions proved deadly for huge creatures like Dunkleosteus, sealing their fate in the walls of prehistory. Number 7. Epityon. The Epityon was a creature even bigger than the dire wolf and African lion. Although its name translates to more than a dog, these beasts were anything but friendly companions. Belonging to the bone-crushing subfamily Borophaginae, they commanded respect as incredibly dangerous animals. These giants reached lengths of around 5 feet and tipped the scales at a staggering 136 kilograms. But it wasn't just their immense stature that set them apart. Epityon had a massive head and jaw, lending its skull a lion-like shape. rather than the typical wolf-like look. This adaptation, coupled with enlarged premolars like that of hyenas, solidified their title as bone-crushing predators, capable of scavenging as well as hunting for prey, including nutritious marrow inaccessible to other carnivores of their time. As one of the last of the Borophagenes, Epicyon shared its North American habitat with various other canids, forming a wide ecosystem dominated by powerful predators. Imagining encounters with such creatures, whether alone or in packs, would certainly stop you in your tracks, and the last thing you would consider is casually petting them. Number 6. Terror Bird. The terror bird is a literal name. Standing over its surroundings, this giant flightless bird had a massive beak likened to a pickaxe, a weapon perfectly suited for its predatory lifestyle. Even with its huge size, the terror bird possessed astonishing speed and could outrun even the fastest modern horses. The terror birds emerged as unrivaled apex predators 60 million years ago in South America and left behind fragments of super rare fossils. Among them, the greatest of these avian predators was Kelican, named after the bird spirit honored by the indigenous Tehuelche people of Patagonia. These fearsome birds roamed the forests, waiting for the small mammals living in their environment. There are several speculations regarding their hunting techniques. Perhaps they struck their prey with precision blows from their beaks before delivering a fatal strike, or they may have relied on serious shaking and biting until the prey's spine snapped. As North American apex predators invaded their territory and climatic changes changed their environment, the terror birds faced stiff competition. In the end, these factors led to their extinction, marking the end of their reign as the lords of the South American wilderness. Number 5. Arthropleura. Encountering the Arthropleura on a woodland hike is the stuff of nightmares. Stretching up to 8.5 feet long, this millipede from the Carboniferous era, while herbivorous, had a scary aura as it moved about, with its hundreds of legs in rhythmic motion. Fossil evidence shows that it moved really fast and was likely to unsettle anyone watching. Named jointed ribs in Greek, Arthropleura's segmented body and rigid plates contribute to its terrifying appearance. Roaming North America and Europe around the equator some 345 to 280 million years ago, they enjoyed their lives unchallenged by predators. Few creatures dared to challenge them, and they freely roamed the forest floor. The end of Arthropleura has long been linked to the decline of the coal forests, yet the discovery of fossils after the Carboniferous rainforest collapse challenges this, suggesting that Arthropleura adapted to a life outside of forests. A newer hypothesis states that the rise of different kinds of tetrapods and the drying up of the equator were what spelled doom for this creature. Number 4. Megalodon. The mighty Megalodon, a 59-foot shark, once lived in the same waters as the Leviathan melville, armed with jaws that measured up to 7 feet wide and with 5 rows of approximately 276 blade-like teeth. This apex predator was designed for seizing and slicing through its prey. While the delicate cartilaginous skeletons of sharks are usually hard to fossilize, the jaws of Megalodon offer clues for paleontologists trying to put together its predatory habits. The Megalodon resembled a larger version of the great white shark and made use of ambush tactics, hiding under unsuspecting prey before landing a strike with its immensely powerful bite. Fossil evidence, including teeth marks found on whale vertebrae, suggests a preference for large marine mammals like whales, seals, and sea turtles. This predator wielded considerable influence over marine ecosystems. However, its dominance faced problems from competitors such as Leviathan and other whale-eating cetaceans. Number 3. Helicoprion. The Helicoprion was first discovered by a Russian geologist in the Ural Mountains in 1899 and led to a century-long search for answers among paleontologists worldwide. Initially mistaken for a chainsaw-like spiral-toothed whorl, its true nature remained a mystery until recent discoveries shed light on this creature. Named spiral saw by Alexander Petrovich Karpinski, Helicoprion was not a shark as initially thought, but rather a cartilaginous eugeneodont fish, stretching between 13 to 23 feet in length. At the center of its mouth lay a spiral of teeth resembling a chainsaw blade, positioned where one might expect to find a tongue. This dental structure, believed to have existed for over 20 million years, likely served to saw through prey or remove shells from hard-bodied cephalopods. The unique spiral tooth whorl formed as teeth continually grow outward, creating a spiral pattern as the creature grew. Starting small at the beginning of the whorl, The teeth gradually increased in size toward the end. Interestingly, no upper teeth were present, allowing Helicoprion to gum and bite its prey at the same time. As the jaw closed, the teeth rotated backward just like a circular saw blade, allowing it to feed on the soft bodies of squid and other cephalopods. Number 2. Jacalopterus, the terror of the waters, the giant sea scorpion. These are the names of the Jacalopterus, a large arthropod stretching up to 8 feet in length, armed with dangerous pincer claws. Eurypterids, including the fearsome Jacalopterus, instill fear with their uncanny resemblance to alien-like characters. They came with spring-loaded claws capable of snatching fish with deadly precision, and the largest specimen had an 18-inch spiked claw, ready to seize unsuspecting prey. Despite their aquatic lifestyle, smaller sea scorpions were known to go on shore to mate and shed their exoskeletons, leaving behind scary reminders of their presence. Initially classified within the Pterygotus genus, Jacalopterus was later considered a separate genus based on observed anatomical differences, including the shape of the telson and claw denticle. With its strong chelicera and compound eyes showing heightened sensory abilities, Jacalopterus likely reigned as an apex predator in the early Devonian ecosystems of Euramerica. Number 1. Asteminosuchus. If you have seen a cow face to face, it would be easy to picture what an Asteminosuchus looks like. The Asteminosuchus were giants, measuring approximately 13 feet in length and weighing around 500 pounds, looking like a modern-day cow in body structure, but with shorter legs. Asteminosuchus had a skull with bony knots, a defensive adaptation against predators rather than a weapon. This herbivore relied on sharp, forward-pointing teeth, primarily for eating plant material such as cycads and conifers. One of the most intriguing parts of Asteminosuchus is its body, like that of herbivores adapted for properly digesting plant matter. Just like cows, these large-bodied creatures had a digestive system to process their vegetarian diet properly. The body makeup of Asteminosuchus's legs provides further insight into its herbivorous lifestyle. With hind legs positioned directly over its hips, it likely engaged in extensive walking, and the front legs moved to the sides, allowing easy access to grasses and other plant materials for feeding. That's all we have for you today. What do you think about these animals? Would humans have been able to stand a chance against any of them? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe